now move to lead witnesses in opposition. You will both have a combined 5 minutes. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members. Thank you, Senator Menjivar. And I'm impressed. I'm really excited about the civic engagement here. I'm Matt Sutton with the Restaurant Association. This is an issue we take seriously. We've taken seriously for a long time. My friends will say that food is not the enemy, and we agree with that. We have restaurants of all sizes, and so we have independent restaurants, we have chain restaurants, we have all sorts of ethnicities, and I guess what I'm getting at here is, you know, many of us think of restaurants as either two buckets, quick service or full service, and we've got a wide variety. I think there's 10 different concepts in the restaurant space, and that's what we're trying to sort of keep in mind here. I myself am an allergy sufferer. I carry an EpiPen. I have one on me now. My wife is allergic to almonds and all sorts of smoked products. I've got other family members allergic to eggs. I'm really proud of what CRA, the Restaurant Association, has done on this issue over the last 10 years. I've been with the organization for nearly 20, and I'm excited about what we've done. We've done a lot of focus in this building, and we've done a lot of focus with our members and beyond our members for best practices. I think specifically we have on the books a couple different laws, and so I guess what I would just say here is we are absolutely for the goal. We continue to work towards greater allergy awareness in restaurants. The issue is the complexity of the supply chains that we deal with. They are ever changing, and we need to keep up with them for a lot of different types of restaurants and food establishments. That's why we have focused in this building in the past on getting more allergy awareness into the training programs for restaurants, and we have that on the books. The staff analysis mentions 2 of those that we have, and we have, you know, current law is SB 1067 that requires a food safety certification exam for every food facility to include all major food allergens and the symptoms that those allergens could cause individuals. The next one is AB 1532, and that required that elements of knowledge related to major food allergens, foods identified as major food allergens, and the symptoms that a major allergen could cause in a sensitive individual would also be included. So those are things that we're very proud. We're proud to educate the restaurant community about those, and we are excited about a number of resources. This bill requires on-menu printing. We have a vastly dynamic supply chain network, and this bill, we believe, takes a static approach. No doubt technology was coming into the restaurant space prior to the pandemic, but during the pandemic, we all saw QR codes for menus, for ordering, for all sorts of things. Those are more wildly popular than we ever would have believed with consumers, and so they're here to stay. And we think that getting real-time information on such sensitive information is probably the best resource that a diner like myself or a diner like others that are sensitive to these issues need. So it's quick, it's real-time, and we hope dynamic enough to stay up with the supply chain changes. Happy to talk more, but would like to reserve some time here. So thank you.
Thank you. You have 2 minutes.
Good afternoon, Chair and members. I'm Craig Fontenot. I'm the Chief of Staff at FARE, Food Allergy Research and Education. I am here at the request of Dr. Sung Poblete, CEO of FARE, who is unable to attend in person. On behalf of FARE, we respectfully oppose SB 68. We appreciate Senator Menjivar's leadership in fostering dialogue between the food allergy community and restaurants. This is not a position we take lightly. FARE's mission is to improve the quality of life and health of those living with food allergies through transformative research, advocacy, and education. We have invested over $190 million towards that mission. More than 33 million Americans suffer from this potentially life-threatening disease, and as said earlier, almost 4 million Californians. FARE is working closely with the California Restaurant Association and other partners in the industry to create a shared responsibility for providing safer dining experiences. We believe a solution engaging all stakeholders is the right path forward. Unfortunately, SB 68 focuses narrowly on menus as a point of risk disclosure, but menus cannot capture allergen risks introduced through sourcing, manufacturing, or even cross-contact during kitchen prep. As written, the bill would create a false sense of security for food allergy families. Moreover, the bill prioritizes litigation and penalties before we've had a chance to collaborate on solutions. And the timeline of July 2026 risks driving rushed, unsustainable fixes. Many restaurants, particularly small and family-owned businesses, may respond by excluding food allergy diners altogether or face financial hardship. California is a culinary leader. We can build a model of true partnership that sets the standard nationwide, protecting food allergy families without unintended harm to businesses. We look forward to further discussions with the author and stakeholders to find a comprehensive end-to-end solution. Thank you for your leadership.
Thank you so much. If there are any other witnesses in the audience that are here in opposition, please come to the mic. Give your name, organization, and position. Seeing no other witnesses, I want to thank all of our witnesses, and I will turn it back to our members to see if there are any questions or comments. Senator Weiner.
Move the bill.
Senator Weiner moves the bill. Any other questions or comments? Senator Durazo?
Yes, thank you to the author. But could you explain, I guess there's different ways that foods would eventually get into a restaurant or even a store. And so where does the responsibility or liability start and end? And not just liability like legal liability or financial liability, but everybody wants to be able to prepare a dish or package food without the issues faced through allergies. So how do you best do that without, I think there was just one thing that the gentleman just said, without creating this false security that, oh, everything has been checked, when sometimes it may be impossible. I'm not sure.
Sure. There's already a false security now, right? Because waitresses have to tell someone who's consuming, if they ask, they're like, oh, I think it doesn't have anything. And you've heard examples where even last weekend at the Latino Caucus retreat, I said, I'm allergic to nuts. And they brought me at the end of dessert, a dessert with nuts, and I started eating it because I had already mentioned it, and I realized they had nuts in it. There's already a false sense of security. This is actually going to move us forward. Additionally, you can see on, if you have something in front of you, the nutrition label says what the item has inside, and then at the bottom it says was made in a facility that manufactures A, Y, Z. And I have that phrase memorized because we always have to stare at that. What we're looking to do is what the food is made with. Just like you see in some restaurants that do this already. You'll see at the bottom in fine print, this item has shellfish, this item has nuts, this item has tree nuts. That's where we're looking to end and start.
Well, I want to thank you, Senator Menjivar, for bringing this bill forward and for allowing us to discuss it. I want to thank Addie for your testimony and all of our young constituents who came and testified today. It just warms my heart. My boys are here on spring break, and I tried to get them to come today to testify for my bill, and they said absolutely not. So I am really excited to see all of you. With that, the motion is do pass. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Yep.
My apologies, Madam Chair. First of all, thank you so much for bringing this. Thank you to everyone, all the kids and the pediatricians and the parents. And I can only imagine what it is like to be the parent of a child, where you have to, like, for all the millions of ways that parents have to, like, watch out for the safety of their child and all the different risks, just one more thing, like one little slip, that could, so I thank you to the parents, because I know it's just this additional burden and stress that you bear out of love. This is just incredibly important, and I know I don't have food allergies, thankfully, but I know people who do, and I know how scary it can be, and this is a matter of life and death. I also know that we're early in the process, and obviously it's important for this to be implementable by a wide array of kinds of restaurants of different sizes with different levels of staffing and different resources. And so I'm confident that as we go from the beginning of the process now through the process. There will be ongoing implementation, logistical conversations, and so I'm happy to support the bill.
Thank you, Senator Weiner. With that, the motion is do pass and re-refer to the Committee on Appropriations.
May I close?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes. Would you like to close?
I do the same thing.
You know what? I see.
Something happens
see
when
how
you
it
sit in that chair.
I know. I
Just
know. I
forget.
see how that happens.
I'd like to close and address what Senator Weiner brought up. You're 100% right. I had a meeting with the opposition February 26th, and I asked for amendments because the concerns they brought up to me in the meeting. I followed up on March 3rd, and then April 1st asking for amendments, and I received nothing as a response. So I have opened my door for collaboration and conversation, but I have received nothing in return, and will continue to have my door open and am amendable for things, but there has to be another person on the other side to have a conversation with. With that, respectfully asking for an aye vote.
Thank you, Senator Menjivar. Assistant, please call the roll.
The motion.
Motion once again is do pass as amended and re-refer to the, do pass, re-refer to the Committee on Appropriations. Assistant, please call roll.
Menjivar? Aye. Menjivar, aye. Valladares? Durazo? Aye. Durazo, aye. Gonzalez? Grove? Limon? Padilla? Richardson? Rubio? Weber Pearson?
Aye.
Weber Pearson, aye. Weiner?
Aye.
Weiner, aye.
4-0. We'll put that on call.